Welcome back to Everyday Health Stories by Dr. Coda Reddy, the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of medical science through the power of storytelling. Each story draws from real-life experiences with patients, highlighting their health challenges and recovery journeys, while uncovering important lessons along the way. Before we dive into today's episode, take a moment to hit pause and subscribe to the podcast. You'll get notified of new episodes, gain access to exclusive content, and join a community that's making positive changes, one story at a time. Please remember, this podcast is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider for any medical concerns. Now, let's get started with today's story. In medicine, there are moments you never forget. Moments when a patient's life hangs in the balance and the road ahead seems all but certain. This was one of those moments. It had been a year and a half since I last saw him. A 72-year-old gentleman who, by all accounts, had weathered the storms of life with resilience. But when he walked into my sunlit office that day, I immediately sensed something was wrong. He moved slower, the vigor I remembered seemed drained, replaced with deep fatigue etched into every movement. His face told a story of exhaustion, but the true gravity of his condition was revealed by the numbers in his medical chart. His creatinine levels had skyrocketed to 3 times the normal range. His GFR, a critical measure of kidney function, had plummeted to 21. Stage 4 kidney disease had a firm grip on him, and dialysis loomed on the horizon. It was as though a ticking clock hung over him, counting down to an uncertain fate. But the numbers weren't the only thing haunting him. His legs were swollen, heavy with fluid retention, and his blood pressure, despite being bombarded by medications, was spiraling out of control. He could barely make it through a day without collapsing from sheer exhaustion. The symptoms were relentless, compounded by a recent transient ischemic attack, a warning shot that his health was deteriorating fast. And yet, beneath the weight of his struggles, there was something defiant in his eyes. This was a man who had faced adversity before, born of humble beginnings and later rising to the rank of associate professor at the University of Houston. He had faced every challenge life threw at him. Now, with dialysis closing in, he refused to surrender without a fight. But what could we do? Time was not on our side. When he asked me if there was anything that could save him from dialysis, I offered him something radical, something that would require him to embrace a completely new way of living. I could see the skepticism in his eyes when I proposed the plan: daily sauna sessions to detoxify his body, a complete overhaul of his diet to focus solely on boiled foods, and a rigorous commitment to exercise. He had to say goodbye to sugar, starch, and salt, and let go of the comfort of fried and grilled food. It wasn't an easy sell. Boiled foods, no salt, sauna every day? He asked, his voice tinged with doubt. I nodded. It's not going to be easy, but it's your best shot to avoid dialysis. The silence that followed was thick with tension, and then with a slow, determined breath, he agreed. It wasn't so much hope as it was pure determination. He wasn't ready to let his life slip away. The transformation didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, grueling process. He sweat through daily sauna sessions, pushing his body to its limits. He prepared meals that lacked the flavor he was used to, boiling his food to the point of simplicity. And every day he dragged himself to the gym, even when his legs felt like they were weighed down by cement. But slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, things began to change. It started with the swelling. His legs, once swollen to painful levels, began to return to normal. Then his blood pressure, a beast that had raged out of control for months, started to settle. Day by day, he regained his strength, his energy returning like the slow but steady rise of the sun. When he came back for a follow-up visit, I barely recognized him. The change was remarkable. He moved with purpose, his face no longer shadowed by fatigue. And then there were the numbers that left even his nephrologist stunned. His GFR, which had once been a dire 21, had surged to 54. At its peak, it even touched 60. He had not only reversed his kidney decline, but had clawed his way back from the brink of dialysis. But the surprises didn't end there. His hemoglobin levels, once dangerously low, had risen from 7 to 11, giving him a surge of vitality. His blood sugar, too, was no longer out of control. His A1C had dropped from a precarious 9.5 to 6.3. It was as if his body had been given a second chance, a new lease on life. "I feel alive again," he said, a broad smile spreading across his face. For the first time in a long time, he was looking forward to his future, one where dialysis was no longer a looming threat. As the final piece of his recovery fell into place, he did something he thought he might never do again. He returned to work. The same man who had once struggled to walk down the street without losing his breath was now back in the halls of academia, standing tall before his students. He had defied the odds, transforming not just his health, but his entire life. And as he stepped into his full-time role as an associate professor once more, it was clear that this wasn't just about avoiding dialysis. It was about reclaiming his life. This patient's journey is a powerful reminder that even when the odds seem insurmountable, sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith and the right support to turn things around. You might be wondering, what exactly caused this dramatic improvement in kidney function? The answer lies in the science behind the lifestyle changes that were at the core of his recovery. Number 1. Boiled foods. Switching to boiled foods, free from frying, grilling, or baking, helped reduce the consumption of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, and inflammatory compounds that are commonly produced in high-heat cooking. AGEs are linked to oxidative stress and inflammation, which are particularly damaging to the kidneys. By opting for boiled foods, which preserve the nutrients without introducing harmful compounds, his body could heal without being burdened by excessive toxins or inflammatory stress. Additionally, boiled foods maintain a low glycemic load, helping to control blood sugar levels. For someone with diabetes like our patient, maintaining stable blood glucose is critical in preventing further kidney damage. Uncontrolled blood sugar is one of the leading causes of kidney decline, so the shift to a simpler diet played a crucial role in stabilizing his kidney function. Number 2. Reducing salt. High sodium intake puts an immense strain on the kidneys by causing fluid retention and increasing blood pressure, both of which contribute to kidney deterioration over time. By eliminating excess salt from his diet, this patient significantly reduced the workload on his kidneys, allowing them to regain function. Lowering salt intake also improved his blood pressure control, another major factor in preserving kidney health. And number 3, sauna therapy. Daily sauna sessions may seem unconventional, but their benefits are well documented. Saunas promote sweating, which helps remove excess sodium and toxins from the body through the skin, reducing the burden on the kidneys to filter them out. Additionally, the heat from the sauna increases circulation, improving blood flow to the kidneys and other organs. This enhanced circulation delivers more oxygen and nutrients, supporting the healing process. Saunas also help reduce blood pressure, which is key to preventing further kidney damage. Together, these lifestyle changes created an environment where his kidneys could begin to heal, his blood pressure normalized, and his overall health improved. The science behind his recovery is a testament to the power of dietary and lifestyle interventions, especially when medications alone fall short. So, what can we take away from this remarkable story? Whether you're managing kidney disease or simply looking to support your kidney health, here are some practical and effective habits you can start incorporating into your daily routine. Number 1. Opt for boiling, steaming, or poaching your foods. These methods preserve nutrients while minimizing harmful compounds that can accelerate inflammation and kidney stress. Number 2. Lower your sodium intake by avoiding processed and salty foods. Excess salt can elevate blood pressure and strain the kidneys. Use herbs to flavor meals instead of relying solely on salt. Number 3. Stay hydrated by drinking enough water throughout the day to help flush toxins and waste products from your kidneys. Be mindful of fluid restrictions if you have advanced kidney disease, and follow your doctor's guidance. Number 4. Engage in moderate exercise, such as walking or swimming, to improve circulation and support kidney health. Aim for at least 30 minutes of exercise most days of the week. Number 5. If you have access to a sauna and it's safe for your health condition, consider incorporating regular sauna sessions into your wellness routine. However, always consult your healthcare provider before starting sauna therapy, especially if you have heart or blood pressure concerns. Number 6. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes, keeping these conditions under control is critical for kidney health. Work closely with your healthcare provider to monitor your blood pressure and blood sugar levels, and take proactive steps to manage them through diet, exercise, and medications if necessary. And number 7. Make rest, quality sleep, and stress management a priority. Chronic stress and poor sleep can raise blood pressure, which can worsen kidney health. Incorporate relaxation techniques such as meditation, and ensure you get enough sleep to support overall well-being. By adopting these habits, you can actively support your kidney health. This patient's story serves as a reminder that, even in the face of significant health challenges, there are always steps you can take to improve your health outcomes. Thank you for joining us once again on Everyday Health Stories by Dr. Koda Reddy. We hope this episode has inspired you to look deeper into your own health and wellness. Remember, even in the face of overwhelming odds, change is always possible. Please note that the content shared in this podcast is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider with any medical concerns. For the full disclaimer, please visit our website. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our latest stories and health tips. For premium content and guidance on how to prevent and reverse medical conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and more, visit getreadytoday.com to join Dr. Reddy's Eat This, Lose That program. You can also call Dr. Reddy's office at 281-491-0044 to learn more. Until next time, be kind to yourself, prioritize your well-being, and strive to be the best version of yourself. And remember, every story has the power to transform lives. Stay tuned for a sneak peek into our next episode. What if the foods you thought were healthy were silently sabotaging your body from the inside? In next week's episode, we follow the story of Mr. Thompson, a man who seemed to be doing everything right. His diet was clean, his habits disciplined, but something sinister was hiding beneath the surface. Despite his best efforts, his health took a shocking turn. And the culprit? Hidden sugars lurking in unexpected places. Could he be unknowingly consuming foods that are fueling insulin resistance? Join us next week as we uncover the truth behind these hidden dangers and reveal the surprising steps you can take to protect yourself. Stay tuned for episode 17 of Everyday Health Stories, where we expose the invisible threats that could be affecting your health right now. You won't want to miss this one.